My neon sign says open. Who's looking me over? Looking me over. If I try enough, would you feel my missing piece? I can't understand why I misunderstand my own desire. If I carry on in what I know is wrong, the colors bleeding. You understand the heart of me. You know the deepest part of me. You got some kind of technical love. I carry on my flaws, you see, but you never run away from me. You got some kind of technical love. How will I know when a heart is golden? If all I seem to do is circle my mistakes. I never understood how I misunderstood. I can be desired. I can't comprehend being alone again. The colors bleeding. You understand the heart of me. You know the deepest part of me. You got some kind of technical love. I carry on my flaws, you see, but you never run away from me. You got some kind of technical love.
Good morning.
Hi.
Welcome to Sojourn Grace, everybody. And do you see this wide-angle view we have this morning?
Oh, you revealed it too early. We're just gonna. I thought we're gonna fake people out.
It's been a while since I sat with you, without a knot in my chest. Oh, it's been a while since I wanted to. I always felt a little oppressed. Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while since I went ahead and let down my guard, 'cause I carry the weight of the words you said, and that makes it just a little bit hard to reject the lies you perpetuate. But you're not the keeper of the pearly gate. It's been a while, but I'm coming back to fight for my place. A good day to come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, but you can't run out of love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm sitting in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I'll raise my voice to celebrate a good day.
Yeah, it's been a while since I could admit there was something missing. I've seen enough to know what love is. Yeah, and what love isn't. I'm not content to fade into the crowd. Let you decide who's in or out. So I'm coming back, 'cause I'm living proof that it all belongs without a doubt.
A good day to come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, but you can't run out of love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm standing in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I raise my voice to celebrate a good day. Yes, I will.
Well, it's a good day and nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide. I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. And it's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide. I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. A good day to come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, but you can't run out of love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm dancing in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I'll raise my voice to celebrate a good day. Yes, I will. And it's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide. I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. It's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide. I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love.
All right.
It's good now?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We have all these bits that we do, and they're only for the people in the room, I guess.
Well, you didn't get to enjoy our holograph issue. Okay, we have been back to virtual church for a while now. And again, because of COVID, but what we realized is it's not the same as back in like major shutdown times where we couldn't see anyone. So hey, we could invite friends. So Vicky and Alyssa are here in the studio with us today. And you can't see
Recreate the high five.
my sweet brother who's running all the technical stuff for us is also here. Yay. It's so fun to have more people in the room. We're gonna do more of that, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna do more of
I'm
that.
like, can you say that?
We also have the two. We have two cameras going on, which just means that there will be times where one person might be looking at the one camera while the other person's looking at the other. It just might happen.
He's making fun of me.
No.
Again.
Okay,
I
I
don't
was a
even
little
know.
bit.
I'm like, where?
It took us so long to get used to looking at one camera.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, because that's a camera.
Because that's a camera. And then when it goes to the wide shot, the camera goes over there.
Yeah, there's no way.
No, you don't need to worry about it. Like it's just that camera's fine.
God, you guys. How's everybody doing? It's been fun to already watch you in the comments. I was so excited to show up to church today.
Yeah.
I just had so much energy. I was like bopping around my house getting ready, all happy, and I was like, ooh, this is fun to feel happy about getting ready and going to church. It's not always the case. I just wanted to share with you that it was today. So excited. Your brother, question mark. Yes. Did you know that our brother lives here now? Very close by. Yeah.
In the
So
in the
he's-
commons, like he sleeps right there on the couch. And
It's really crowded here.
Anyway, it's good to see y'all. Hi, Dan. I'm so glad that you're here. Hi, everybody. Love y'all. Look at all the places that are being represented right now.
it's really lovely.
Hi, Nottingham crew. Good to see you as always.
Yay.
Somebody said there's sunshine in. I saw the comment, but it went by fast and I didn't see it. There's sunshine in some cold place over in the Midwest. Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Logan said.
Melanie, that must feel so good.
I was like, oh yeah, when you get excited to see sunshine, that's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people experience. I'm very happy for you. All right, that's all.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good day. We got lots of beautiful music with an incredible band, and we've got a little message. And what else are we doing today?
We do
Is that
communion.
it? Collective conversation, all the things.
Got a liturgical
So,
video.
Glad that you're here.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
All right. Let's keep going.
I open up to you. It's a love that makes me new. Oh, may my heart receive this love that carries me from the head to the heart. Take me on a journey, letting go, get lost in you. Ooh. My heart is open wide. I will receive good ideas. I found your love in the open fields. More than words, more than good ideas. I found your love in the open fields. More than words, more than good ideas. I found your love in the open fields. More than words, more than good ideas. I found your love in the open fields. From the head to the heart, take me on a journey. Letting go, getting lost in you. From the head to the heart, take me on a journey. Letting go, getting lost in you. 'Cause there's no shame in looking like a fool when I give you what I can't keep. Take a hold of you. There's no shame in looking like a fool when I give you what I can't keep. Take a hold of you. 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 Take a hold of you.
That's why I like to sneak attack you. Keep you on your toes.
All right.
Stretch you.
Stepping out of my comfort zone here.
Look who I have for collective
Hey, everybody.
conversation.
Great to be here.
Yay. This is fun. Okay, we've got these cards.
Okay.
I don't know what they I don't know what they say. Pulled them randomly from a box. You wanna get us started?
Closing my eyes.
What you feeling? What you feeling?
Triangles.
All right, here we go. Ooh. I spend too much time.
Dot dot dot.
Dot, dot, dot. Okay, I'm a 5. I spend way too much time thinking, so I'm going to go with that.
I actually completely agree. I don't know if that's a 5 wing or a 4 and 5 thing, but that I'm just in my head all the time. Just classic overthinker. Thinking constantly. Way too much time. I have to like actively do things to get me out of my head and do.
I do.
What do you do to do that?
Well, I'm starting to have, I have like little mantras that kind of get me out of my head. And I'm also trying to like, think
So you have
about,
a thought that gets you out of your thoughts?
I do have a thought that gets me out of my thought,
That's
but that
awesome.
actually helps. That actually
Yeah.
helps. And also just kind of like when I sense myself kind of on that little hamster wheel,
Mhm.
breathing, simple, take a step, breathe deep, kind of do some finger touches and look where my feet are. That kind of stuff, kind of the basics. What
love
about you?
I have to get real active, like physically active. Gardening is huge for me. Get my hands in the soil.
Mm-hmm.
Go out hiking. It's got to be real physical for me to get me out of my head.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, body time. Okay, what do people spend too much time doing?
Oh,
Looks like a lot of me too to the overthinking.
watching Netflix, Tom, a man after my own heart.
Matthew, thinking about how I should have handled a situation 14 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, same. Too much time fiddling with things. Well, we lost the broadcast, which meant that we lost all the past comments. So I was getting ready to put a bunch on the screen and y'all's comments are gone. Seem to have lost the feed on both, or is it just, is it back on YouTube? Okay. I think we're back both places
Okay.
now. All right. Oh, sorry, Laura. That's rough. We see you.
For sure.
We feel you. We hold you. There are definitely seasons of that. Man, I'm bummed about all those past comments. If you feel like repeating yourself, please do, because I
Yeah.
hadn't got a chance to read them yet. So I'd love if you repeated yourself. All the ones from before are
Shane on
gone.
YouTube.
Sweet. Hi, Shane. I spent too much time playing video games. I've spent more time in virtual worlds through this whole pandemic. Asked me where I was, and I was in Skyrim? What is that? Is that a video game? Skyrim?
Must be.
Yeah.
I tried to pronounce it all like it was a
Skyrim, though.
pretty word. It's just Skyrim. Anyway, is that a video game? Is that what that is? Okay, Skyrim. All right, YouTubers.
What else we got?
Everybody's coming back. Everybody's coming back.
Oh,
See you, I feel you.
Wesley's in. She says,
Where are you, Wesley? There
video
we go.
games, Elsa and Naomi.
Oops, I did the thing where it puts one on that I'm not clicking.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice. YouTube, yeah, a lot of people spend too much time on YouTube. Wondering if people are frustrated and disappointed with you.
Word, yeah, for sure.
Social anxiety.
Why can't we all just agree that all of us are spending time thinking about if that's true, so therefore none of us are actually spending time thinking about how we're frustrated with other people?
That's true. That's true.
If we're all sitting around thinking about whether others are frustrated with us, but that just doesn't sink in, does it?
Yeah. Words of wisdom.
Oh, Paul, anxiety world. Yeah, bud, I feel ya. Me too. Well, I'm sorry I missed a lot of your past comments. Let's start a new question and see what we get.
All
from there.
right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, teen, mighty.
Probably do all three.
Oh,
So.
disappointed now, my system. Something people often misunderstand about me.
Dun dun dun. I'll go. Speaking of the Enneagram, I think folks tend to take personality systems like the Enneagram and really reduce them and then take like the main thing about them and decide that that means, like, for instance, the other day we were at some of our closest friends, their kid's birthday party, and my sweet Enneagram 8 friend walked up to me and said, I forget what the situation was, but basically he was like, your husband, Colby, just said to me, but you like conflict, don't you? And he goes, no, I don't like it. I'm just good at it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's like people saying that I like being sad. And he goes, you don't?
You don't?
No, not at all. I'm just good at it.
That's really good.
So isn't that interesting? We do that. And so I think that's it. People misunderstand that, like, they think I just enjoy being in my sad feels and I'm obsessed with my wounds. And I'm not. I'm just, I see those things deeply and I have great capacity to hold them.
Yep.
It doesn't mean that I enjoy being sad.
No, you do have great capacity to hold people's sadness. And,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. Speaking of the Enneagram, I think as a 5, I spend a lot of time in my head and I walk around. And so people see my face and they perceive aloofness, right? Which is just me being lost in my head or being shy and some social anxiety. So I think that's something that's often misunderstood about me.
I love you. I'm very attracted to people who seem aloof. So I think I just like right away just was like,
That's why we love each other.
yeah.
And you carry my sadness because I don't want to.
Because I don't want to. Oh my gosh. All right, what do we got on the screen here? People misunderstand that I would rather keep a conversation flowing than correct their misunderstanding about me.
Oh, interesting.
Cutting out every few seconds. Oh man, now the stream is just doing all kinds of interesting things. Sorry. Shane says that I'm quiet. So what do they misunderstand about that? That they think you're quiet but you're not, or that your quietness means something.
Or
want
Marie, there,
clarification.
being responsible all the time, maybe that like as a burden, right? You know,
Yeah.
expect things of her.
Like, you like to let go, let loose too, right? Yeah. That I have, oops, I'm going to put this on the screen and then read it. It's always a risk. That I have high functioning PTSD, anxiety, depression. Regardless of how I appear, I may be struggling. People are more comfortable with my appearing okay versus ask how I am being with me in that discomfort. Yeah, hi Gayatri, I love you and I miss you. Much love to you. People often misunderstand that I miss some social cues because I can't hear well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough. I feel you. Oh, this is a good one, Melanie. Just because I look like I have it together, I really am struggling on the inside. Some of us who are tough, strong, get that a lot.
Sure.
That's very true about my father.
Tom says this, and then Karen in the background was like, "That's very true. Can confirm." Love you too, Gayatri. That I can dish out the teasing, but legit cannot take it. Most sensitive, fragile.
Amen.
Yeah, sounds
Careful,
familiar.
Ben. Listen, Ben, weren't you listening?
Ben and I are like, yes, we live with the same person. Oh my gosh, I love you. Okay, you want to do our last one?
All right, number 3. Wait, let me pick. Okay, number 3.
Oh, but Shane did clarify, and I want to come back to that because
Okay.
I asked it out loud, so I should answer it out loud. This is great. That because I take time to answer, I miss the chance to speak in time. Usually I just need time to think through an answer and pause. Y'all, slow processors are my favorite humans on planet Earth. Know lots of them. And we all need to be better at pausing and giving that space for them to.
Yeah.
Some of us are gap fillers.
Yeah.
I do that. I'm like, oh, there's a gap. I must fill it. No, I need to learn to pause and let the quiet ones speak up, right?
Or think it's a good thing to finish someone's sentence when it's not, right?
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes. I do
Right,
that
say it again?
too.
I'm looking in the mirror that it's a good thing to finish people's
Mm-hmm.
sentences for them, right? Just because you can doesn't mean you should, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Colby said people misunderstand and think that. I'm going to put it back up because I didn't get to it in time. And think that my openness to complexity and nuance means that I have no actual convictions or beliefs. That's a big one for a lot of us who've come
Yeah.
out of strict religion, right?
Right.
It's like
Yeah,
just
time
because
to be
I've
non-dual,
opened,
right? Yeah.
doesn't mean I don't stand for anything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I have beliefs. Yeah. It's a Karen, to be clear. Y'all can tease me forever. It's great. Colby's like, disagree. I think this is a lot of folks too, so I'll put that last one up. People think I'm a natural extrovert and confident, but actually I struggle with insecurity more of an introvert.
Seems to be a theme.
That is
among
a
us.
theme, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
That's good though.
Yeah. Okay. What we got?
A scent that makes me nostalgic.
Ooh, I like ending with this one. Just a
Okay.
fun, put all your scents on the screen. What's a smell? You know that connection, right? The olfactory. What's a smell that just makes you so nostalgic? No, you can say it out loud. You're here. You can yell it out loud. Come over here. Come here. Come here.
I forgot I can be heard. Chris and I had a Crunch bar for the first time in forever the other day. You know, Nestle Crunch.
Oh, Nestle Crunch.
And I immediately was transported to my mama's house like when I was 5 years old.
And it was the smell that got you?
And
Or like,
taste,
yeah,
yeah.
and taste, yeah. That whole sense.
As soon as you said that, Butterworths, the little.
Butterworths.
Oh, yeah.
Werther's. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell it.
Somebody said vanilla, pumpkin pie.
Oh, yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, that's true.
Like
And
the
you know what?
musky
You're right.
Or the water
You're
ride.
right.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
smell it in other places and I'm immediately Pirates.
I
Transported
love that.
there. That's a
I
good
love
one.
that.
That is a good one.
Oh, lemon trees remind me of visiting my grandma as a little girl. Love that.
That's a good one.
Green chili roasting.
Roasting.
Oh, every time I open a can of green chilies, that reminds me of, I can't get it. I was trying to put it on the screen. There we go. That reminds me of my mom and my childhood for sure. Every time I open a jar of that stuff. Ooh.
Not.
party-
Oh, go
Oops.
ahead. No, you.
Oh, we're fighting. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're trying to fix your
Just trying to
placement.
save
Rum. Love that.
Oh, yeah, they do.
That's amazing, guys.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Vanilla smells. A lot of people have vanilla smells as their
What's Nag Champa?
Nag Champa.
Logan.
Mostly incense.
Interesting.
High school band garage days. Yes, for sure. Coffee. A mixture of spices that I can't identify. Oh, interesting. But it's your grandmother's kitchen in the 70s and 80s. Now I want to know what that combo of spices
Yeah.
is.
Lilacs remind Bridget of home. Colby, what's up with Velveeta cheese?
I don't know, man. It just takes me back.
That's true for me too, actually.
Y'all are funny.
Are those good take backs or not good take backs?
I don't know.
Just takes you back.
Yes, always. I think for me, soil, mud, wet outside smell.
Yeah, the forest.
Yeah. And Huck came in the house the other day from playing outside, and the side of his face I sniffed him. I always sniff the side of his face. And because there's like a leftover baby smell up there. You know? And I sniffed it and I was like, whoa, I just got taken back to my childhood because it was like kid who'd just come in from
Sweaty, kind of sweaty
outdoor.
kid.
Yeah. It was like mixture of mud and sweat.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Cut grass, yes.
Oh, cut grass, yeah.
Oh, Melissa, I feel you on this. I have a bottle of my mother's perfume that just sits by my bedside, and I only go over and smell it when like I'm in a real deep place. Takes me.
What grass?
Oh, we're fighting over the.
No, we're just gonna bumper up you when you're done.
They're gonna bumper up us. Love y'all. This has been fun.
All right.
Y'all missed during the bumper how we have to file in here, like weird single file. Oh, did they? Okay, great, good. I'm glad you got to experience that. It would have been sad if you missed it.
Yes.
We've made Alyssa do too many things this morning.
Welcome to Virtual Church. Here's the deep end.
To all who are looking down, holding on to hearts still wounding. For those who've yet to find it, the place is near where love is moving. Cast off the robes you're wearing, set aside the names that you've been given. May this place of rest and the foam bind you to hope. You will never walk alone. In the shelter of each other, we will live, we will live. In the shelter of each other, we will live, we will live. Hearts are turned to stone. There is hope, we know the rocks will cry out. The tears aren't ours alone. Let them fall into the hands that hold us. Come away from where you're hiding. Set aside the lies that you've been living. May this place of rest in the fold of your journey bind you to hope. You will never walk alone. In the shelter of each other, we will live, we will live. In the shelter of each other, we will live, we will live. In the shelter of each other, we will live, we will live. In the shelter of each other, we will live, we will live. If there is any peace, if there is any hope, we must all believe our lives are not our own. We all belong. God has given us each other. We will never walk alone. In the shelter of each other, we will live.
surprised in the middle of that.
Brown-skinned God, look upon the world you have entered with compassion, even to those who hung you up on that tree, for healing the sick and being with the despised, for seeing us as your image, mirror of the divine, all daughters and sons, helping them to paint a canvas with their pain, rendering their cries into poetry, words heard without need for refrain. As you sink down into the cursed cross, suffocating, you breathe your last. Brown-skinned God, do not abandon us, both those who hung you there and those who took you down, to clean your battered and bloody body, treating it as if it were the same flesh and blood, the same fragile skin, that thing that separates you from me, that thing we all share.
All I was going to say is that I realized that I can see Vicky and Alyssa, which I usually can't because they're usually behind me. And it's my favorite thing, being able to see you while we play. I love it.
Is we're together in this. Sure, we've got our own politics. Sure, we've got our own religions, but we're still together in this. We're together in this. Sure, we've got our own set of problems. Yeah, we've got our own things we want to change, but we're still together in this. I'll carry your weight, brother. You'll carry mine. We'll leave the battle far behind. Let love and peace become all that we need. Oh, 'cause we're together in this. So we're together in this. So put away your blood and your violence. Rest in solitude and in silence, yeah. 'Cause we're still together in this. I'll carry your weight, sister. You'll carry mine. We'll leave the matter far behind. Let love and peace become all that we need. Oh, I'll carry your weight, neighbor. You carry mine. We'll leave the battle far behind. Let love and peace become all that we need. Oh, 'cause we're still together in this. We're together in this. We're still together in this. We're still together in this.
Good morning again. Whew, I am shaky and palm sweaty and stomach sick-y and heart race-y this morning because for whatever reason I decided today was the day to share with you my most shaky place. So I got a little bit of teary and nerves as we were coming into this moment, like, what did I get myself into? Don't worry, it's fine. It's just, this is my most difficult thing that I wanted to share with you this morning. And I do so from a place of, this is my little preamble, I do so from a place of clarity about what got me here and a place of clarity around what gets me out of it. And still, it's shaky, right? So I just wanted to say that right from the beginning. Handing you this morning my most difficult thing. But I do so from a place of invitation for us all, because I don't think it's just my most difficult thing. I share it with you because I think it's so universal. I wrote this morning completely in like diary form of everything is I feel, I think, I believe, I've experienced. And I want to say that up front to say that I did that on purpose because some messages just don't feel like they can be given in a we, you, because it's because. So I hope that as you feel me say I over and over again, that you know that it's invitational to be universal to be for you as well. So I just wanted to say that up top. So here we go. For as long as I can remember, I've been uncomfortable with the spiritual practice of surrender. Actually, that's not very accurate. For as long as I can remember, my soul has been offended by the idea of surrender. It's not just discomfort with the practice, it's that the very idea is infuriating to me. I mean, the problem's right there in the word, isn't it? Surrender, to give up, to admit defeat. It's not me. And historically in my life, I've habitually struggled with feeling heavy burdened. Interesting. Do you ever feel that? Like you're carrying too much, but the only alternative is to quit, and that's like so not an option, right? Do you ever feel like you're carrying too much for too long for too many people, but that you have to? There's a weight that sits in my gut and nags at my spirit until my body is actually screaming at me. Usually through an ache in my neck and a tightness in my shoulders and a pain in my back, but I just keep carrying. I don't know about you, but growing up, I was told that God would never give me more than I could handle. So like that meant that anything that came my way, I would handle it. In the church, it was modeled for me that I could and should carry anything and everything. And out in the world, honestly, I was taught the same thing, that I'm limitless, a self-reliant badass. The message just kept being reinforced for me. And I gotta say, these are not inherently bad teachings. They're just paradoxical. It's true that we are resilient beings, survivors who were created in the image and likeness of the divine. Like, we're here, right? So we can handle. It's true. And we're here heavy. We're human, and life is too much. It's true that we can do hard things. I adore the movement that Glennon Doyle birthed and the resilience that it has cultivated by reminding us we can do hard things. And there are hard things that we cannot do. When we only focus or over-focus on the idea that we can handle what life throws at us, when the belief that God won't give us more than we can handle, when that sinks in as absolute truth with no flip side, we end up feeling crazy and weak when life really is too much. I'm supposed to be able to handle this, right? And so we subconsciously berate ourselves and keep carrying too heavy a load. And so I want to say today to our sweet spirits who were so often only given one side of a paradoxical truth, I want to say to you today, sometimes life is too much. Sometimes we're carrying too much. Sometimes it's too heavy. Sometimes we need to let go. Some things we need to let go of. Some things aren't for us to carry. Over and over again, this truth that I can't actually carry it all keeps begging me to consider other options. It shows up and is like, hi, it's me again, that annoying voice that's here to remind you that you're only human and maybe that thing you're carrying is too much. And I'm over here like, yeah, I hear you, but. And then once I've exhausted all my, yeah, I hear you, buts, at the end of the day, I'm still just too heavy burdened. So I've had to ask myself, why am I so opposed to surrender? I've gotten real curious, and here's what I've come up with. I think my soul is so offended by the spiritual practice of surrender because it's always only ever been taught to me as the spiritual practice of let go and let God in a very specific context of extreme avoidance. In a culture obsessed with avoiding pain, and not talking about any of the more difficult things. In the church where everything is shiny on the outside and falling apart on the inside, just don't worry was the way that we faced our problems. Just pray about it and let God deal with it. That's what surrender was. So of course I've resisted it and written it off as not an option. It's not a personality defect inside of me. It's because I associate the practice with the spiritual bypassing of my youth, where pain and struggle are just dismissed, stuffed down, bottled up, and we pretend that we're okay. This is what we do. Obviously, this was offensive to my soul. Growing up in a culture that faced nothing, I sometimes overcorrect and now feel that I have to face everything. But what if the spiritual practice of surrender isn't avoidance after all? What if the spiritual practice of surrender is actually the greatest acknowledgement of what is? Like, we just lay it all out there and allow ourselves to see that we don't got this. To admit what we can't. To admit the hardest truths, what we can't. Surrender then seems like the most honest path there is. I've also discovered that I resist surrender when my burden is heavy because I was raised to believe that suffering is the more spiritual path, right? This is not a mentality we just learn in church, though. Gotta be honest. This is the pick yourselves up by the bootstraps religion of the world as well. So these messages of self-sufficiency are constantly reinforced for us. In my particular religion growing up, this was most often and most drastically driven home for me, modeled for me, in the way women serve and protect and deny their own desires and satisfactions in the name of being good. So I have learned that to suffer is to be good. To carry the heavy burden is to be good. To carry it all is to be good. So of course, when I'm feeling heavy or overburdened, it doesn't come easy to me to consider giving some of that up. It feels like giving up my place in the world. And so a spiritual practice of surrender actually then is a subversive pivot. It is the choice to see joy and satisfaction and rest and ease as just as spiritual as grief and struggle. To surrender is to say, I don't have to earn my worth here on planet Earth, and I know I was put here to enjoy it. To release our burdens when they are too heavy is to let go of this myth that we were born to suffer and to embrace the truth that we were born for more. And I know that it's also difficult for me to practice surrender because of my deeply ingrained belief that others are my responsibility. Father Richard Rohr refers to this as the myth, I love this phrase, the myth of heroic sacrifice. Some call it a savior complex. I call it being raised evangelical. We're not just taught that we need a savior to keep us from the pits of hellfire, we're also taught that it's on us to save others from those eternal flames. That is a burden no one should ever have to carry, and yet so many of us were given this burden when we were 5 years old. The caregivers who were there to teach us the space between ourselves and others, to give for us our boundaries, the folks who were supposed to teach us what's ours to carry and what wasn't, they were the ones who said to us, "This is on you, babe. The weight of the world." And I wonder why I can't let go. And so now to practice surrender, as I see it, is to be the parents for ourselves that we never had. It is to heal the inner child who believes she's responsible for everything. To practice surrender is to know the space between where I begin and you end, to know what's mine to carry and what's not. And I've also resisted surrender because of my misconceptions about what it means to be safe. I've believed that surrender would mean I'm untethered, right? Letting go means letting go. We're all aware of this, right? And we think this is a good idea. It's not safe. That's what surrender feels like to me. Just like hurling through space. Like let go. That's not safe. I think that surrender means free falling because of that terrifying phrase, let go. When the spiritual practice of surrender really, really is what keeps us grounded in the truth of who we are. When I surrender what is not mine to carry or give up what is too heavy for me, what actually happens is that I stand firmly planted, rooted in the truth of my being. When I pretend like I can, when I cling and control, which is what I taught was safety. When I cling and control, I'm playing a game. I'm not living in reality. I'm just me. Just that's when I'm actually untethered. Just clinging, but really hurling through space. And so surrender brings me back to earth. True safety in my body is to only hold what is mine and only what I actually have capacity for. So what I'm learning, slowly over the years, slowly but surely, is that surrender, the spiritual practice of surrender, it is not losing my power. Surrender is. Surrender is standing firmly planted in the truth of exactly who I am, and there's nothing more powerful than that. Lastly, today, I want to wrap up with this. I also struggle with the practice of surrender because it wasn't ever presented to me as practice. it was just this thing you do in your mind, like so many of us in our faith practice. It wasn't practice at all. It's just this thing in your head. It's just what you do in your mind, words you say, things you try to believe. Just stop thinking about that is what surrender was presented to me as. Just stop thinking about that. Just turn the switch off, right? Just don't worry. Just don't. Don't worry. Don't carry that. Give it to God. Just pray. Let go. And I try, which of course nothing happened because nothing was happening. Wasn't doing anything. So I've learned to make it an actual practice where there is action. And I want to share just a few of those practices with you today. There are plenty more practices of surrender, and I'd love to hear if any of you have some. But here's what I've come up with over the last few years as I've learned to actually put into practice in my life what surrender is, so that I'm not just walking around heavy burdened. One great way to practice knowing what is mine and what is not mine, the space between you and me, is to just practice saying no. So simple, so hard, so powerful. Life-changing, burden-releasing surrender. That's what surrender looks like in real life. It is not just in your head, stop thinking about something, stop carrying other people's burdens. It is saying, nope. No, I can't do that. No, thank you. That's not mine. Practice. Also, asking for help. Even just saying it, I'm like, I can't. Not good at that one yet. Practice, that's why it's a practice, right? We keep practicing. Asking for help is one in real life way to practice surrender. I can't do it all. I can't carry everything. I need help. The most powerful way yet that I've experienced practicing surrender in the world is to talk to, and for me it just works to write letters, to talk to my inner child, to reparent myself, to be the parent for myself that I didn't have. Dear, beautiful little girl, you are so strong. You are so strong. I see you, and I see how scared you are. Those things that those grown-ups told you, that your parents told you, those were scary things that scared you. I see that. It's so scary for you to think of people you love going to a scary place forever, to think of God as someone who burns and punishes. It's so scary. I see you, and I want you to know that we're on the other side of that, baby. We don't believe that. And every day we work to heal that story and believe something better. I got you. I got you. You don't have to be afraid of that story anymore. You are so strong and you are so scared. It's okay. That's the practice of surrender, right? To let go of old stories, to be the parent that we needed. Also, admitting when you don't have the answers in really clear and specific ways. Like for me, this is so hard to admit. One of the main ways that I live out carrying heavy burdens that I shouldn't is to have people come to me with big problems that I'm not actually qualified to help them with, and to act like I am. As a pastor, that's really scary to admit, but I've done that in the past. And so I'm practicing saying, I'm so sorry. I don't feel qualified to help you with this problem. I love you and I see you, and I can't help you with that. People in my life that I love even, and I'm there for them. This doesn't mean that I don't love people. It means that I can't carry everything. And admitting that with my own problems as well. I'm not qualified to handle this. Can't do this one. Can't. And lastly, what I have for us today is this incredible practice that I have stumbled upon where I bless the boundaries of others. There's something about when someone else says their I can't, to out loud, enthusiastically bless that. Oh my gosh, that's so great that you know that about yourself. I'm so glad you told me no on that. Thank you. That helps me know how to love you. That helps me know how to be in healthy relationship with you. Thank you so much for that. I'm so glad you told me that wasn't working for you. Even if you're not feeling it, like, practice saying it, because that helps you embody it for your own self. When you see others practicing this and you affirm that in them, it helps you move to a place where you too can practice setting healthy boundaries, which is the practice of surrender, of standing firmly planted in the truth of who you are, of what is yours to carry and what is not. This is my hardest thing, and I bring it to you today in an invitation that we all might start walking in the truth of who we are, standing planted on earth. We don't have to be hurling through space, clinging. We can be safe in our own bodies. And I hope that you can find one of these practices helpful throughout your week. I know that everyone is experiencing heaviness right now. Life is too much. So this week, when you start to feel those feelings on your shoulders, this is too much and I cannot, I invite you to practice surrender.
It's not a spark, it's not just a flame. Your love is a light, and all the world will see. You don't give your heart in pieces. Disengage, it's always present, it hangs on every word you say. Love keeps its promises, it keeps its word, it honors what's sacred, with its vows of gold. Your love's not broken, it's not insecure, your love's not selfish, your love is pure, and you don't
We can just share.
I do. I brought a bar.
We can share.
A nut bar, even.
We can learn to
Can you
share.
switch to that camera? Nut bar. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Lava.
You. Yes, please.
We get treats.
We went from nut bar to
today.
Lindor. Thank you for that. You are so good at helping us to reframe and rethink and be re-empowered with words and ideas that previously had brought pain. What a beautiful gift you've given us in this surrender.
Karen's passing out treats for everybody.
This is very important. So here at Sojourn, we take communion every single week. And when we do it virtually, we invite you to use whatever you have on hand.
and we love seeing in the comments what you
Yeah,
have.
and speaking of reframe, this was
Y'all eat some fun
important
things.
for us early on in Virtual Church, which will be almost 2 years ago, next month, good gravy, was to help reframe this idea of communion, that it's not about the particular, it was never about the particular elements. It was never that you had to a specific kind of bread and or a specific kind of wine, and this was the only way that somehow these graces of the divine Sorry, we've got some real buzzing happening here. Anyhoozle, it's just not about the specific elements, and so part of the gift of reframing that is realizing that whatever you have on hand, it works. It's good because it's just not about the specific thing. It's about these tangible. Well, in one of the parts it's about these tangible earthly reminders that we are all connected, that we are all part of the family of God, that we're all loved. Matcha chia pudding.
I want that.
But you say matcha tastes like grass.
Yeah. And I continue to try it in everything to see if I can find a way that I like it.
Okay.
I don't know
All
why
right.
that is.
Maybe
I
sticking it
can't
in
give
chia
up.
pudding will help.
Look, I don't have things that I don't like in the food drink realm. Like there aren't things that I dislike. And so therefore when I come across something that's a little I'm like, well, there must be a way that I will like it. Just determine.
Add garlic to it and you'll like it, I'm sure. So take what you have. We have lint
Sour
Lindor.
cherry juice
Wait, is it lint or Lindor? Why is it both? What's the difference?
and pita bread. Someone was at Trader Joe's.
I
this week.
think Lint is the
thing in the dryer.
brand.
There's the make and the model.
Then
There's the style.
Linder is the model. Yeah,
The model.
make and model.
Okay. So take
We're gonna pop
take your
little
bread.
balls in our mouths. That's a convenient thing to say. Popping balls in our mouths. Oh, so good.
That was really good. You have a bite for me?
Valentine's chocolate to me.
Cinnamon bun.
My pleasure.
That's fun. Nice cinnamon bun.
Be with you in a minute.
Colby and I have this concept. I'll do the drink portion because Colby and I have this thing where like the bigger the bite, the better. And Colby's like little teeny tiny.
And I like to actually chew my food.
Pulling out
People
the
say I
Werther's.
eat slow.
Wait, Alexa, did you actually have
Werther's.
Werther's on hand?
My grandma,
That's amazing.
Barbie J in the house.
Ooh, cinnamon
Rest in
muffins.
peace.
That's amazing. The drink portion for me is gonna be a cold coffee that sat out the whole church service, but whatever.
It all
I can
belongs.
handle it. It all belongs. I was gonna say, you guys, I'm tired. Let's drink and remember that we all belong and it all belongs.
Mhm.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it all belongs?
Amen. Ah,
Ooh, dirty
ooh,
chai.
those went well together. That
Best.
coffee and that
Yeah, even
Lint
the cold
Lindor.
coffee.
Lint
Yeah,
Lindor.
that was real good.
Lindit.
All right, babies. What
Linda.
do we have?
Linda. No. Yes, we do. We have house notes. Good job. Oh, you see, it does that camera on all the defaults. Oh, this could be interesting. We may just be doing the house notes to that camera because all the scenes are going to now take that camera as the primary.
Oh, good. We
So
can
y'all
do
get
that.
to be a
Now
part of
they
the
get
house
to be a part of
notes.
house notes.
House
Notes.
The first is the good job, Joy Box.
There we
if
go.
you would like to
That works.
partner with Sojourn through financial support, you can do that at sojourngrace.com/donate, or you can Venmo at Sojourn Grace. And this is a chance for you to help support the mission of fostering spiritual, social, and emotional wholeness. It helps to cover the cost of doing things like virtual church and having pastors on staff and being in our community in ways that advocate for
People are
wholeness.
wooing virtually.
Thank you, you wooers.
Virtuals.
So thank you for that. The next thing to say is that guess what's happening next month?
What?
Sojo turns 8.
Wow.
8 years old. And
believe it.
And these two here, Vicky and Alyssa, as well as Matthew, have been with us since day one, like in our living room 8 years ago.
Ooh, how many living rooms have we had since we started Sojo in our living room? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 living rooms
4
in 8
living
years.
rooms?
4 living rooms.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we're gonna party, and we want to party with you. Okay, so we're still gonna be virtual churching, but we're also going to be finding ways for us to gather IRL, and this is one of the ways that we invite you to do that. So Sunday, March 13th, mark your calendar, save the date. After we do Virch Church, then we're going to meet at Savita Park in Mission Valley at 12:30, and it's potluck style. So everybody bring something to share. We'll have a big sheet cake for the celebration. We'll have balloons and maybe clowns.
Clowns?
Why not? I'm just gauging the room. Anybody like this idea?
I think it's gonna wind up being me.
I think we already have clowns.
Yeah, so come hang out with us.
Burn.
I didn't receive it.
You never do.
It's Sunday, March 13th. That'll be great to see you. And then also at right around the beginning of March, we're launching all new groups.
I'm so excited about this. Can I talk about small groups?
Yes, you can.
I want to talk about small groups.
Yes, you can.
Well, groups actually is what we're calling them because we've realized there's 2 different kinds of groups at Sojourn now. Do you have a slide for that, or am I just explaining it?
You know what? We could have talked about this a little bit tighter, but we do have. So here's the 3 of those. Go.
Okay, so community groups is one type of group that we have. These are ongoing gatherings. They don't have like a from this month to this month. These are just how you build tight-knit community. So we have different ones of that. You put them all up there, you said? There's 3?
One
So
at
if
a
I
time.
keep
Yeah,
going
you
next.
keep-
Okay, so
just
there's
give me
one in
one.
La Mesa, a community group. This one is virtual for now. So they're starting off. Is this Vicky and Alyssa's group?
Yes, they're-
Oh, so Vicky and Alyssa are in the house. This is their group. So that's an ongoing group. And y'all discuss and build community. It's great. How do I get to
That's
that?
one.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
that
come
one.
on,
Okay,
it's that one.
sorry. Perfect. Lakeside, this is me. So this is
Lakeside.
my house. I
Makes it
have
cooler than it is.
8 people in my group currently, and this is just building community. Like we'll do a little bit of liturgical elements like praying for each other and meditation out in my backyard, but mostly this is just hanging out, getting to know each other, having that smaller, tight-knit group. And don't feel intimidated or overwhelmed by the fact that there's already people in the group who've met before. We are all excited to open our arms to new people. So
Do you think that it works to tell people don't feel intimidated?
Nope.
It's kind of like telling people to
No.
calm down.
it's telling people to calm down. It's telling people to just get over
Relax.
it. It doesn't work, but
Don't
I'm
be
still saying
intimidated.
it.
No, it's worth saying. It just struck me that.
I know. Doesn't work, but we'll get them through it. What does work is just continuing to walk people through their feels. Oh yeah, this one. Okay. This is just like Central San Diego. Is that why it's just called San Diego?
Yeah.
Drinks, apps, and connection. So this one will meet at rotating bars and restaurants, but then they'll also do like connection through Marco Polo between those meetups. And then the hosts, Jeremy and Jen, are so generously paying for apps for the group every time you meet up at whatever bar or restaurant that they're meeting up at. So that's so fun because you get to try out different bars and restaurants in San Diego, my favorite thing, and eat different apps and just build community with people. Amazing. We have so many good groups right now.
Good groups.
Speaking of, so then
And
there's
just pause to say all of these you can learn more about and sign up at sojourngrace.com/groups.
great page for that Cole did. So
Unpause.
then the other kind of group we have are small groups. These are one with a specific duration. They have a purpose, a book they're going through, and so there's actual time frame of like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 11, whatever the weeks are needed to get through whatever book or discussion is happening. Okay, so this one is Susan is going to lead this group and co-lead it with Sammy, right? Yes, co-lead with Sammy. So that's going to be beautiful. This is going to go through Karen's book. This is all about loving your body. There'll be discussions and practices. I really, really recommend signing up for this group. It's going to be great. The spiritual and moral injury discussion group in Chula Vista, which even if you're not in the southern part of San Diego, Chula Vista's not that far. It's not hard. Go to Candace's group. everyone who shows up at Sojourn needs this group. It is to talk about the ways we've been hurt by church, to talk about moral injury, right? Those wounds that have happened to us. And also she's bringing into it like this aspect of how can we lean back into spirituality to heal those wounds
As a
and
path
like
for
find a
healing, yeah.
healthy spirituality. So she's bringing it. So join Candace's group. Then we've got Colby's group. This is going to be an amazing group. I saw who's already signed up for your group. It's going to be so fun. What is the Bible? Colby's leading a discussion through that. Great book. And you're leading it. So that'll be super
and it's
fun.
virtual.
And it's virtual.
Yeah.
So anybody.
So worldwide.
People are
It's a
joining from
worldwide
all over the
phenomenon.
world. Literally. You're so funny.
Thank you.
Okay. That was a lot, but we're very excited about all the groups we have to offer at Sojo. They're amazing.
SojournGrace.com/groups.
There's another group, but I'm starting a songwriting thing tomorrow, Monday nights at Park and Rec.
You can't hear him because his mic was muted, but why don't
Maybe
you
it
come
could
stand
come-
here
yeah,
and
come
say it to the thing?
Come say the
'cause
thing up here.
Your things matter.
It's not an official Sojo group, but I am starting a Songwriter in the Round community tomorrow, Mondays, every Monday now, going forward.
Every Monday?
Every Monday.
Good gravy. That's
Park
fantastic.
and Rec in University Heights. So if you're a songwriter or if you just like music and you want to come hang out and see songwriters tell stories.
It's a great venue too.
Yeah,
Super
amazing.
fun.
So I'm excited. 6 to 9, Mondays.
Yay!
And this is also not a group, but on Friday nights at Diversionary Theater
I
in
love our
University
people.
Heights, we are resuming karaoke night with
Yay!
Flamey Grant.
Resumption.
You're all welcome to that too.
Have you all seen Flamey Grant's Kickstarter? Speaking of things that we could talk about that our people are doing, are you 75% funded?
Somewhere around there, yes. Like the low 70s.
Thursday, the Kickstarter went live. And Kickstarter decided it's a project they love, so they're endorsing it. Endorsing?
Yeah.
Is that the right word? Okay. Anyway,
Promoting, endorsing.
how great is this?
I don't have another group to add. I just
I'm like, Karen wants to say
no.
something.
I just
What are
like
you
when
doing,
everybody
Karen?
was snuggling.
All right.
Snuggles. All
Wanna
right.
be the snuggle
Come in,
pile.
everyone.
Speaking of
This is time
snuggle.
for the benediction.
All right.
Oops,
I'm
no,
going to
I
look
gave
at
us
that
more
camera.
space.
Logan, we need you too.
Logan.
Did you get camera ready today?
You have that cool hat on.
That hat's really cool.
Yeah, I love
Okay,
that.
so this is the thing we say at the end of all of our gatherings. It is an invitation to go into your weeks with kindness in your heart. With bravery in your heart, because you are a loved child of God and nothing can change that. And then also extending kindness to one another because everyone else is also a loved child of God. So because we have people in the room, maybe we'll let one of the newbies lead us today and we'll follow them.
Be brave
Because
you're a child of God.
and be kind.
Because
so is everyone else.
we love you.
Yay,
Have a
love
good
you.
week. We'll see you next Sunday.